Hello students, in this video we are going to learn chapter number 2, Python Programming Fundamentals. In this chapter we will learn some fundamental terms related to the Python programming. In the previous chapter we have discussed the two modes of interacting with Python, that is interactive mode and the script mode. Interactive mode was a mode in which we need to specify the statement and the output came just in the next line, and in the script mode we need to write the full program and save it properly, and then we need to run it and then the output will be shown. So now there is next concept called variable. The word variable has been derived from the word vary, which means change. It is like a container that stores the values that you can access or change. Let us understand it with the help of an example. If I say x equals to 3, this statement will assign a value 3 to the variable x. So here x is a variable, 3 is the value of this variable, and this equal to is known as the assignment operator. In Python, every element is termed as an object, so here variable is also an object. An object is anything which has some properties and some behavior, that is some features and some functions to perform. Now, a variable has three components. These are identity, type, value. Identity means the address of the object in the memory. If I say x equals to 3, so this variable has some address in the memory, that will be the identity of the variable x. Next is type. Type means the data type of the variable. Data type means whether it is storing integer type value, float value or string value or any other type of value. Basically it means the type of value the variable stores. Third is value. Variables provide a means to name values so that they can be used and manipulated later. As told before, 3 is the value of this variable. Data types. Data types tell us the type of data stored in a particular variable. We have different data types: numeric, which has integer, float and complex data type; boolean; sequence. Sequence consists of strings, tuple and list. About these we will learn in the later chapters. Sets, mappings, dictionary. Let us learn about the numeric data type. Numeric data type consists of the numbers. The first subpart of numeric data type is int, which stands for integer. It represents the whole numbers without any fractional part. They can be positive or negative. For example, -6, 793, -255. They do not have any decimal point in them, so they do not have any fractional part. They are only whole numbers. Next is float. Float represents the floating numbers, that is the real numbers or the numbers with the fractional parts. Example, 3.14 -43.2. They can also be positive or negative. The main difference between integer and float is that they have the fractional part, whereas the int numbers do not have any fractional part. Here the point or the decimal, the number written after the decimal is the fractional part. Complex numbers. These numbers are made up of the pairs of real and imaginary numbers. They take the form x plus y j. For example, 2 plus 5j. So here 2 is the real part and 5 is the imaginary part. Now Boolean data type. Boolean data type represents only one of the two possible values, that is true or false. When we do any operation in Python or write any statement like this, 6 greater than 10. So 6 is not greater than 10, so it will give the value as or the output as false. If the condition satisfies the statement, then the answer will be true. But the thing is that Boolean data type gives only two possible outputs, either true or false. String. String is a sequence of characters that can be a combination of letters, numbers, and special symbols enclosed within single or double quotation mark. A equals to Python. Here Python is a collection of characters Python. Each character, here Python are characters, and when we combine the characters they become a string enclosed within double quotation marks or single quotation marks. Both will be considered as a string. So here Python is a string. Multiple assignments. In Python, we can declare multiple variables in a single statement. If I say x, y is equal to 2, 3, so here x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. But if we assign the same value to the different variables, then we have to use the equal to sign. X equals to y equals to 2. It means x is also 2 and y is also 2. The value of both the variables is same, that is 2. Now there are some rules to form the valid variable names, or you can say identifiers. The first rule says a variable name must start with a letter. The letter can be capital or small or with an underscore. This is the symbol of underscore, and this symbol can be made by pressing the shift key with the key right to the number 0, both the keys together. Except this underscore, no other special symbol like @ or hashtag or dot is not allowed in Python programming. Second rule says a variable name cannot contain spaces. If we are writing the name of a variable, spaces are not allowed. If I write roll number, so roll space number, that will not be considered as a variable. Either I have to give underscore between the variables or we need to join them. Spaces are not allowed. Third is a Python keyword cannot be used as a variable name. There are some words in Python which are reserved for some specific purpose, and their use cannot be done as it will create an error. Next is variable names are case sensitive, that is NAME in small letters and capital NAME are different variables. The variables which have the same spelling but some letters are uppercase and some are lowercase, they will be considered as the different variables, as Python is a case sensitive language. Next rule says a variable's name should represent its functionality. It means we should use the name of a variable that it should represent what it is doing. If I say speed of a train is 140 km per hour, then I should use speed, SPEED, instead of using any other variable like X, Y, Z or ABC, because they will not make it clear what the variable is doing. Some invalid variable names are, first is 3ABC. Here you can see that ABC is starting from the number. We cannot start a variable name with the number, that is why it is invalid. Next we have admission number. Why this is invalid? Because we are using a symbol hashtag, which is a special symbol, and except underscore, no other special symbol is allowed in the Python programming. Next is Ravi Sharma. As told earlier, we cannot give space in between any variable, so this is also an invalid variable name. DOB. What is the wrong thing here? That it consists of some of the full stops, which is not allowed in Python programming. Next is while. This is a keyword, so as told, the keyword cannot be used as a variable name in Python. Keywords are the reserved words which convey a special meaning for the interpreter. They cannot be used as variable names in a program because their working is defined in Python. They have some specific work. If we try to use them as variables while writing a program, it will display an error. Next is expression. Expression is a combination of constant, variables, and operators. Constant are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, 200. Variables can be x, y, z, anything, or any number. Operators are the symbols, mathematical symbols like plus, minus, multiply, divide. They can be greater than, less than also. Operands are the variables on which operation is done. If I say 2 plus 3, so here 2 and 3 are the operands, or you can say values, and the plus sign in between these numbers is an operator. Now, converting mathematical expressions to the equivalent Python expressions. Some expressions which we write in maths as like this, they need to be written in Python in some particular format. So if I am writing 6b in maths, I need to write this in Python like this: 6 multiplied by b. This sign will come in between the numbers. 4xy. Here we can see that x and y are getting multiplied with 4. So it will become 4 multiply x multiply y. Y equals to 3 bracket x by 2. It is a fraction now. But this sign is not allowed. In Python we have this division sign for the division. Y equals to 3 into x by 2. Z equals to 3bc plus 4. So here b and c are getting multiplied. 3 multiply b multiply c plus 4. N equals to a plus b by 2. So it will become n equals to a plus b in the bracket, division sign by 2. I hope you have understood. This is the part 1 of chapter number 2. After this, we will be continuing with the part 2 of this chapter. Thank you.